Hello, welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, All Things Wrestling, and today we're going to be looking at all the WWE and TNA news of the last 4 days. Alright, we start with this whole JBL bullying situation. I put it all in one category, and we're going to talk about it all at the beginning of this video, and hopefully you have nothing else to talk about after this video, because there's so much about it. Alright, as I mentioned last time, Jerry the King Lawler had comments about it. I've actually got them up, and we'll talk about them. He said, I'm a JBL fan. Here's the thing about JBL. You have to know the guy. If you don't get an opportunity to really know JBL, you can be offended. JBL is a funny guy. He's a big guy. He's boisterous. He comes across sometimes crude and loud. But you gotta know him. That's just JBL. He's the same guy in commentary as he is in catering. Lawler added he doesn't think JBL will lose his job. I don't think so. But hey, that's my opinion. I don't think he will. Not over something like this. So you kind of saying it's fine to be a bully because that's how he is. Kind of okay. Kevin Nash gave his thoughts on it as well. Said, saw a few stories about JBL being a bully. One of the most intelligent performers just is the man that expects the man to be the man. JBL broke in the era of 300-pound badass men. So his psychological thoughts are very real. Everyone could know he shifted into our new era. JBL is one of the most thoughtful on-air personalities WWE has. He's a man's man, but look to always advance talents. Hashtag don't be a bitch. JBL Nash added, I can only go on my relationship, haven't seen the bully. Really? We're going with that. Oh, this is not directly about JBL, but Stevie Richards did an interview with Hammond's Hardcore House Happy Hour, bloody I don't care, and talked about the bullying culture in WWE. Yeah, there was a 2-year stretch where I had crossed hairs on me. I'm not the kind of person who looks back on stuff. It's going to be weird for people that hear this because obviously WWE is a show to people who've never been there, but I just thank God I got out of there with my ethics, my morals. I can look at myself in the mirror every day. That probably kept me from going further. If you notice the start pushes I had throughout my run, it's probably directly related to probably my heaviest criticism of not playing the game. I don't mean that as a pun, I mean as a political standpoint. I just never wanted to waste my energy on that. When it goes to the bullying stuff, there it starts right at the top. It's this systematic culture. There is no isolation thing with JBL doing what he's done all along and continues to. It is some sort of approval or some sort of nod and lack of headshake. You can't do that. He's a sympathy on the real problem. I believe in wrestling. I don't speak out honestly because I don't want to spew out anything negative, but it's such a joke. I feel like the anti-bullying thing, CM Punk was right on 100% shoot. It is a PR stunt to the nth degree. It's not a genuine thing in my opinion. Whoo! They are not gonna be impressed with that comment from Stevie Richards. True though, mate. True. It all goes to the top to Vince. Just Mauro and Allo, I do wish you the best. Oh, now where is it? Former WWE broadcaster Richmond did an interview with Under the Mat Radio and gave his thoughts on JBL. Rich Burnett? I don't know. JBL was difficult to work with as a broadcast partner. There's nothing you can do about it because that's Vince's guy. The whole thing going on Mauro and Allo situation, I don't know, but it seems like he's entrenched there. He's basically violated all the rules when it comes to broadcast announcers and how we train to be announcers just because he can. Difficult to work with. Part of that is his heel persona. Some of that is if JBL doesn't like you or respect you, then he'll dial it dialed up a bit. At times I felt like it didn't work and the product better. It's just like he was just there getting himself over. Backstage he's okay to me. I can see him giving Mauro a hard time. Absolutely I can. UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich sent out the following tweet to JBL. He went, Hong Kong, what a great city, picture. And then he responded with, I have a bone to pick with you regarding strong arming my boy Mauro and Allo. Let's have a man-to-man discussion, Johnny. Sorry, that amuses me. I really want to see that man-to-man conversation. But yeah, JBL's a tick. Moving on for now. I think I've got one more thing about Mauro and Allo somewhere down, but it's not about bullying culture, so we're fine. WWE.com announced that David Otunga won't be joining the Raw team for 6 weeks due to his current movie project. The site teased someone else will be doing commentary with Michael Cole and Corey Graves for the time being. Just leave it 2-man team for God's sake! They made the announcement on Friday. They did do the tease on Thursday that he's filming Katrina, some crap film by the look of it. WWE Hall of Famer Booker T will temporarily be joining Michael Cole and Corey Graves on the Team Red announce team. I like that. I like Booker T, so that might be very interesting. Hopefully he keeps that job and they fire David Otunga. But probably not, because life is evil. And now this is meaningless numbers, but I found it somewhat interesting. Vince and Linda McMahon is worth between $938 million and $1.1 billion. Much of that being in stocks, $782 million in stocks, and real estate related to Linda's government filing as her Small Business Administration. So they're worth a hell of a lot of money. That's all I can say. Good job there. Oh, and now according to Dave Meltzer, Stephanie McMahon wasn't written off WWE television to get Seth Rollins over. Instead, the angle was done because Stephanie had scheduled a family vacation at the Turks and Caso Beach resorts in the Caribbean. Really? Are you actually taking the piss? And management just got, oh, you know what, write me off TV through a table because I want to go on holiday. Fucking hell. Oh, this has got to be my most amusing story. There has been a petition out called WWE Fire Braun Strowman. This is what it says. To the WWE, we at the WWE Universe are not pleased with Strowman's actions tonight on Raw, following his brutal attack on Roman Reigns. Meaning a lot to the WWE Universe wants Strowman fired effective immediately. He crossed the line tonight following the attack on Roman, and now Roman is in the hospital with injuries. If this is what you call entertainment, you failed miserably. I don't care if he goes to SmackDown Live. We want him off Raw or fired from the WWE. I've been a fan of Raw for years, and out of everything I have seen happen, this is by far the absolute worst. Strowman did respond, saying, I do what I want when I want. Your stupid petition won't change that. Hashtag no one is safe. Hashtag everyone will fall. Hashtag your tears hydrate me. Sorry, I got angry there, but I really want a t-shirt that says your tears hydrate me. She did do, I think a couple of days ago regarding when I did this story, she put the petition is getting taken down after having a talk with someone who works for WWE. I need to take the petition down, but thank you for your support. And then said, stop signing the petition, everyone stop signing, I'm getting it taken down. I'm actually going to check on how many signs this actually has on the petition. It has got 3,000 supporters. Seriously? I did find out this woman also did a fire. Schreiber? One second, let me get a name. Sarah Schreiber? Sarah Schreiber? Something like that, about the racist pictures. So, yeah, she likes to do petitions for WWE. But yeah, I found that really amusing. Okay, now, asked about his experience at WrestleMania 33, Randy Orton did not shy away from the true feelings. While pleased with his match against Wyatt, Orton made it evident that he loathed his entrance down the long digital snake video ramp to the ring. But yeah, because it was glitchy, shitty animation. He remarked in the all-age crowd that the snake looked like a giant sperm. He then proceeded to answer the following question, explaining why he has no say whatsoever in his WrestleMania entrances. He stated that he'd love to have an elaborate entrance like Triple H had at this year's main event, but he's often screwed out of entrances. His disdain of the snake video was echoed later in a panel as responded to a question from a young boy no older than 10. The child asked Randy Orton what was his favourite pay-per-view. He replied, love the big foot, even WrestleMania, but even WrestleMania can have its negative side, such as having to ride a giant sperm down the ramp. That was to a child of 10. He was a little bit perplexed by that answer, mainly probably because he hasn't heard the word sperm yet. But bloody hell, Randy, I find that funny. Oh, Just a bit of NXT news now. Ty Dillinger will be facing Eric Young in a steel cage match, I think on next week's NXT, to blow off their feud. Which is good. I like that. At least, apparently the storyline's called for it, as I've heard. So, we'll just have to see where that goes. Ooh. A little bit of Roman Reigns now. Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman storyline. The match between them was initially expected to be Payback. There's been talks about Raymond having some time off to sell the ambulance attack from Strowman. It's possible that Reigns versus Strowman will be held off until June 4th Extreme Rules pay-per-view. WWE could do a stipulation match at the pay-per-view, such as an ambulance match to butch Reigns to lose without being pinned or made to submit. According to Dave Meltzer as well, Strowman versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal titles. The current scheduled match for Lesnar is going to be happening in June or July. Reigns and Lesnar are expected to be kept apart until SummerSlam at the earliest, but Meltzer reports that WWE still want to do the match in next year's WrestleMania. Now we've read some Backlash news. There's 2 rumoured matches. Randy Orton versus Baron Corbin for the WWE title, and AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for the US title. That pay-per-view is going to be May 21st, apparently. So that will be quite interesting, to be fair. Apparently AJ's just going to be killing time with the US title feud just until he faces Randy Orton for the WWE title later in the year. So we'll have to see where that goes. Now we know about the Dean Ambrose-Renee Young marriage. While they filed for marriage back in October 2016, the ceremony was reportedly held this past weekend in Las Vegas. It's unknown whether there is any heat on Ambrose and Young, but this is the speculation why they put them on separate brands. Bloody hell. So we'll just have to see where that goes. And now we hear about Carlito. They asked, does he plan to return to WWE? He said, we've had talks, I haven't spoken to them in a while, but it's all about economics. For the right price, I'd love to come back, but it's got to be something that works for them and something that works for me. He was also asked about the Shining Stars yet to hit the strike as a tag team. Would you prefer to see a more realistic gimmick for Primo and Epico? They're extremely talented, but it's all about finding the right avenue for them. There's a lot of guys out there like them. There's a lot of talent there, and you need to find the right way to exploit it. I'm not a booking guy, I'm a wrestler. I get asked all the time about the promoting side. Don't worry too much about the promoting or booking. I just like to go out there and wrestle. I wrestle, then I come back to the locker room, change, and I can head to the next town. Fair enough. I hope he does come back. I do like Carlito. And then Reigns appeared on the Saturday live event with a separated shoulder, kayfabe I think, but ended up spearing Braun Strowman through a table. The event took place in Providence, RI, and Reigns' shoulder was taped. Very interesting. Just like they did with Chris Jericho, building it on live events but leaving it off TV, so I like that. And service. The service for the former professional wrestler and Monster Factory founder Larry Sharp, him. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Larry Sharp was his wrestling name, who passed away last week at the age of 66 due to complications of kidney disease, have been announced. There will be a visitation with the family on the 29th of April from 12 till 2 at Cross Keys United Methodist Church, Faith Hall, on 1644 North Main Street, Williamson, New Jersey. A celebration of live service will begin at 2 p.m. So there's the information if you would like to go and pay your respects to this wrestling legend. And now my last piece of news today. Japanese MMA promotion Ritsen Fighting Championship announced that Mauro Ranallo will be calling their 16th of April event, which airs live on the Fight TV app at 2 a.m. Eastern. Ranallo is waiting for the expiration of his WWE deal this August, obviously, but that deal allowed him to continue taking assignments outside the company. He'll be returning to the Showtime Boxing on their 22nd of April broadcast. Ranallo and WWE have removed references from each other on social media. On this week's episode of Field Divas, Ranallo was shown but referenced with the graphics simply announcer. So it looks like WWE and Mauro Ranallo are now done. And he's going back to his other announcing. So what I can say just quickly to Mauro Ranallo, thank you for the best announcing we've heard in years from a full-time announcer. I do hope you've managed to deal with this whole situation, and fuck JBL. Seriously. Mauro Ranallo is a lot better than you, and you've kicked him out of the company basically because of your bullying actions. Hashtag justice for Ranallo. But anyway, that has been the news this week. It's been pretty good. So anyway, please give this video a like if you've enjoyed it. Leave me down in the comments any suggestions for new series. Subscribe to see more content, and I'll catch you later.